morning, everybody. Today is August 3rd. So I wanted to, I'm driving around running some errands. I got the guys out working. Usually Thursdays we're busy, cutting, one of the newer condos halfway in the day and then doing some other residentials. But I'm sure people run into this, so that's why I'm talking about it. So we have a brand new property that we started, and it was under changing management and all that stuff, and we did a landscape job, which I never put the video up for that. I don't know why. So we did a landscape job and everything back in May, and started maintaining the property in the beginning of June, and we still have not gotten paid from the property. And today is August 3rd. We're supposed to be mowing today, and I ceased services on the property. So there's this thing when it comes to people paying their bills and properties, condos especially, that we stop service, and I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever stopped service on a property, a commercial property, because of payment before. So the thing is I hate to do it because I hate money causing any tension or friction when it comes to things, but money is the sole lifeline to operating on commercial properties. This is, to me, one of the only negatives about doing commercial properties, is you're there for several hours a day, sometimes the entire day. You have manpower out the butt there. I have 5 guys on the properties. So you do the math, you know what I mean? Paying 5 guys to be there. All the weed eater string, the gas, the edger blades, the tires, the maintenance on the equipment to be there, payroll, all of that. And I've been paying for that since the beginning of June, and it's August and I haven't gotten paid yet. So what should you do in a situation like this? I don't know what you should do, but what I did was several weeks ago, and it wasn't out of the blue, because you don't want to just abruptly go, hey, by the way, we're not going to be there tomorrow because we haven't gotten paid. So a month ago I brought up the issue. About 3 weeks ago I brought up the issue. Up to 2 weeks ago I brought up the issue. And I'm very polite about it, because I don't want it to be this, uncomfortable thing. And the property managers and everybody's really nice and all that stuff, but there are owners that are in charge of paying the bills. But there's a due diligence on the property manager's part to emphasize what is going to happen with their contractors if they do not get paid. You have to pay your contractors, man. So what I did in the scenario, like I said, hey, by the way, we haven't gotten paid anything yet. Oh my God, I know, I'm so sorry. We got a new property manager in here and blah, 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 blah. So you're not thinking they're bullcrapping you, but you're just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. And then it goes on, you're still doing your job, you're doing everything great. A couple weeks later, I would say something again. And then the other day, today's August 3rd, it's the first day of August, so this is the day we're supposed to be cutting, on Thursday. So I gave them a notice at the beginning of the week, saying, okay, here we are, it's August. And how I did it was saying, and it makes sense to anybody, I just said, hey, listen guys, I love the property, I love you guys, I think you're awesome. At the end of the day, it costs a lot of money to operate a landscaping business, and I'm out of pocket on a landscape job that I did back in May that I never finished getting paid for. I'm out of pocket on all of the labor, payroll, and materials for June and July, and here we are in August, and we haven't received payment for anything yet. And I know a lot of you are probably like, dude, F that and all that stuff, but you still want to get paid, and you don't want to have to go through all these issues of trying to get your payment. So, but I did have to say respectfully, I'm not going to be able to continue services on the property until we get caught up on the payments. And because I meant it, I literally said we can't afford to continue services without getting paid for it. 3 months into it is not going to happen without getting paid for the first month. So this is the first time I've ever encountered this in 12 years on a commercial property. Residential, man, all day long, dude. You have people that just don't pay their bills ever. So that's just the way I handled it. I kind of gave them a heads up. Hey, we haven't gotten paid. They gave me a reason. I don't want to say an excuse and offend anyone. So they gave me a reason why. I continued to do the work, gave them the benefit of the doubt. We kind of started tapering off the last week or two of the intensity of the work that we do. So, and then like I said, with a couple of mentions, like we really need to get paid. How soon can you get us a payment? And then throwing out things like, oh, I'll get you a check number. That does me no good. Like I can make up a check number all day long. It doesn't do me any good to have a check number. That just suffices somebody, I think. That's a way of saying, oh, just put them on hold. But anyway, a couple little, notations to them verbally, an email. Everything needs to be through email, man. Everything. God, if I could implore you guys, even on residentials, especially commercial, whether you text them or talk to them, reiterate every single thing that you have a concern with, and vice versa, through an email. So, when I emailed all the stuff, we haven't gotten paid, we need to get paid for this and that. It just, there's a record of conversation in case they end up not paying for whatever reason. And then we have legal, stand, as far as getting our money back. So that's, that's just how I did it. And then like I said, Monday was an email just saying, hey, I didn't say end services permanently. I just said we're going to discontinue services until we receive all of the payments that are due, which would be the landscape job, June and July, which is owed now. So we cannot continue the services until we do that. And in the same time, I'm still nice, I'm respectful. I'm just telling them, how I mean it. I'm like, I really like you guys. I think you're great and you're cool personally, but personally doesn't pay like my guys. And because I can find other condos to go bid out and go do to fill up the day, that I know that are going to pay. We've been asked to do some bids and I've done them, but I'm not in a rush on them because we're still trying to build things, and you don't want to build too fast. And that's a whole nother subject we'll do later. We'll see what happens. But again, not to repeat as a broken record, you run into a commercial property and they're not paying. That's how I handled it. Gave them verbal things, not last minute. It wasn't like Monday was the first time I said anything to them and then today I didn't show up. So I gave them ample warnings, ample, advance, notifications as far as not being able to continue the property if we don't get paid. And it's, oh, I understand. So I'd be interested to see how you guys have handled a situation like that. If you guys are, in commercial and have had, and this is a condo association, so it's a big deal. It's a lot of money and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of overhead to run these, 10, 20, 30 acre properties. So that's just how I personally handled it. I think that it went well and we're reassured that we're going to get paid and all that stuff. And, I was like, well, as soon as we get paid, we will continue the services, obviously, because we don't want there to be more work for us. Because that's the thing, like the longer we go without servicing it, the more work it is for us. But then it's not going to be fair for us to do that. So I'm going to end up having to charge them to clean the place back up. Unless they get everything solved and we're only missing 1 week, that's no big deal. But if we go to 2 to 3 weeks, then they finally pay us, then we're gonna have to charge them, to clean the place up. Then if it takes that long to pay, then I'm honestly just kind of worried about continuing services. If it takes that long for you to pay one of the biggest contractors on your property, which is your landscape guy, next to like a roofer that's always there, your window guys. But, that's just how I handled it. And I think I handled it, what's the best way for us. But I'd be interested to know the situations you guys, if any of you have done the HOAs or you do condos, how you guys handled it. That's how I handled it. So advance notice a couple of times, it still doesn't go through, give them several days that you're not going to be there unless, payment could be made by this day. Payment hasn't been made by that day, so just say, with all due respect, I'm not going to be able to continue the property until we get payment caught up. Because at the end of the day, if they have a problem paying you, you don't need to be there anyway. Peace out. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna run in here into Northern Tool. I gotta go buy some stuff, and I gotta put the new Green Touch racks on the trailer today. All right, later, y'all.